year 1267. War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm's sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Neve, Queen of the Twin Realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the Queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Neve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and...
Hail, Your Majesty! Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Yes, at its end letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so. The strays of Sparla, the bandits, I was to tend to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
Steady, Caldwell. Come now. Deep breath. All right, speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained. I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall, to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies round the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
So the gold? All of it?
It's stolen, Your Grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be Your Grace's wish.
After weeks in the saddle, Your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes. And very little time.
Thought it were bandits riding in. Look, they struck. Rather die than tell.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty! Bandits! There! At the tree line!
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
To attack the Queen? An outrage!
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Salt of the earth!
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs!
The chase is on!
One boat I need.
Look out! Seek cover! We are bombarded!
Keep calm, Tiberius.
Give me a target.
The strays took tail and run! Yes! Our victory is assured! Sound the horns! May they sing praises of this triumph!
Battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive. Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Oh!
Arbalista, your command.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I congratulate you on your...
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come!
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the Pearl of the North. With its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve. A bit of respite, Reynard?
Yes. But if
At ease, Reynard. Don't you find it wearisome sitting alone?
your concern, I most appreciate, Your Grace.
Has it always been thus with you?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you...
I don't.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. To earn that respect became my driving aim. And to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting up.
Well, a brilliant
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackle. The court-martial took but. Reginald first stayed the execution. Then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice, Reginald listened, rattly and silently. And when I'd finished...
Indeed. Though
It was then I swore 2 things.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them. I thank you for sharing that. Alas, I've come to fear villain might
A harsh judgment, Your Grace.
and is thus fully grown. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months.
We might yet learn of mitigating...
Would that it was so, Reynard. It's time I attended to...
this what I better? We're not for mandatory. They told me.
Gods have mercy. Fog in broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering. Have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
Raynard, what is this? Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, Your Grace.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
These carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we...
Give me a target.
So fortunate we routed the beasts before they had a chance to gorge.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Your Grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma'am. This doesn't bode well. Oh no, not well at all.
Arbalist to your command.
Curses. Strong as steers they've grown. And they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses. My Queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
Victory must be ours now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there! Yet another abomination.
No, that stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
armour won't save.
Discipline shall bring us victory! The beasts had the chance against us. Victory is up.
Lady, the masks they wear. Have you seen them?
Soon, Queen and retinue arrived at Hawksburn. The men...
Your Majesty, Count Caldwell.
Stand at ease, Sergeant, and report.
The local peasants we've rounded up in the yard, Your Grace. Expect they might have lent the bandits aid. Yet our courtesy hadn't inspired them. Might it please Your Grace to summon the hangman? He ties a noose for them, should have them jabbering right.
I'll speak to them first.
Your Majesty! For the Queen to question.
Whom for? I shan't be stripped of crown and titles for it, so no impediment do I.
Bow low for your sovereign. Her Majesty.
Have mercy, Your Grace. We bear no guilt.
Calm your hearts, good folk. Though your queen I may be, you are subjects.
Meave extended a hand, the royal ring gleaming upon it. Unfamiliar with protocol, a pleb gripped it firmly and gave it a shake as hearty as a good scrub in the tub.
My, we shall be addressing one another by name afore long.
This is an outrage!
I've all in hand, Caldwell.
Forgive me, Your Grace. I'm not accustomed.
Nonsense. You've a firm grip, a spry handshake, and a bold spirit I can
Helmer.
Delighted, Helmer. Now understand me, man. The bandits.
Him, my lady. We seen him. No name, just an odd title.
My, a blue-blood thoroughbred muck.
That recall, Imogen?
Clayton. Lord Clayton.
Sound the horns. Have them...
Milady! Harbour no ire for the Duke. He's a good man. Gave us proper brass for the welcome we gave him. Shared what grub he had.
Shut it, louts! The Queen's had her say.
Leave them be. The harvest draws close.
Oh, milady. Thanks be to you, thanks be.
Pray she watches over yours. Should I hear of you sheltering bandits again, of you lying to my officers, I shall return and put torch to every hut, field and orchard. Understood.
Meave set off toward Lord Clayton's estate at a gallop, her mount knocking the peasants aside as it kicked up a cloud of dust.
What is this, Reynard? That rumble. What is it?
Look out! Rock slide!
The bluff crumbles! Fall back! Save yourselves!
Your Grace, the wagon. We can use it as cover. Forward. We must move it forward.
What now?
You're far fewer than I presumed! Summon your comrades, damn it! Chop chop! Before I reach for my whip!
One bullet's all I need. Abalista, your command. I'm a one, sir.
The wagon! Use the wagon now!
We've come through, Reynard. I thank you.
The walls of the temple collapsed. The boat just...
A peasant cart, loaded with a heap of hay, came rattling down the road from the opposite direction.
Clear the road!
Bellowed Count Caldwell, standing in his stirrups.
Make way for your queen!
The peasants obediently turned their cart into the roadside nettles. As she passed, Meave glanced towards it and froze. Atop the hay bale lay a badly wounded man gripped by fever. The thick, sweet stench of rot wafted from his bandaged legs.
Gods. Who did this to him?
Meave asked.
Bandits?
Nay, milady,
Replied the cartman.
'twere a beast. Out to the east, down Wetterton way, lies a boneyard, old as the elves, they say.
The peasant continued.
Clayton was setting snares round about there. Came running back to us, drenched in blood, rattling on about a long-haired wench come climbing out a grave. We's taken him to the good sisters of Melitele here on Bridge. Perhaps they can help him.
I'm certain they can. And will.
Replied the Queen, though the Queen whistled and her mare resumed its trot.
Shall I send for a witcher, your grace?
Caldwell asked.
One of those freaks should make short work of the monster.
Until we apprehend the bandits, I shan't allow a single soul to leave our company. Even on such an important mission as finding a witcher.
Meave replied.
Any who did would be captured at once. But, if fate brings us near Wetterton, perhaps we'll see to this monstrous harridan ourselves.
Your grace, we've only just fought beasts and scarcely escaped with our lives. This she-beast will take a silver sword. Magic formulae.
Yet a dozen arbalists will have to suffice.
The Queen said, calmly but firmly.
And please, Caldwell, do stiffen your spine a bit. Now onward.